Hi, Dave Youngquist, Michigan Toy Soldier, and welcome to the last installment of painting the Red Baron. We're to the point now where we can paint the final details, and most of the details that are left are really metallics. And I wanted to introduce the new Andrea silver paint set. Now, I've tried this at home and have achieved really great results with it. Let's get started. When using metallics, you always want to have a dedicated brush. You've noticed that I've wrapped a little bit of green tape around this one to remind myself it's only to be used for metallics. The reason for that is that metallics will leave particles on the brush no matter how well you clean it. And if you use that brush to paint other types of finishes, you'll get some particulates in your other colors. So always use a dedicated brush and dedicated water or thinner as the case may be. So we're going to start painting the pilot's badge in an Andrea base steel color. I've base coated it in black, just a matte Andrea black, and we're just going to lightly get the paint on there. Consistency here about medium, and you'll notice I'll leave a little bit of the black shadow separating it from the tunic. Makes it punch out a little bit more. And we'll let that dry for a moment or two. And then we're going to take the Andrea light silver and paint the Iron Cross First Class. Again, I have painted it black, but the outside of the Iron Cross was actually in silver, so we want to take our time here and carefully paint the silver outline. Now that we have that outlined, I'm going to go back with the silver set, the light silver that we'd use to paint the frame on the Iron Cross, and lightly go back over that pilot's badge, which is dried now, and just add a little bit of highlights to it. Now we begin a fussy step, which is painting the Blue Max. It was the highest award for gallantry awarded to the Germans in World War I. And we're going to paint the gold eagles which surround the cross. Now you've noticed I've already painted base painted the Blue Max in a dark brown color. It's a burn umber actually. And there is a gold border around the light blue enamel. So we're going to take our time and lay this in. And we're going to do this one in real time just so you can see the brush strokes. If you notice that I'm using the side of the brush quite often. Take your time. And we're also, when we finish with this step, we get the blue on there, we're going to add a high gloss over to really make that metal pop. Now we're going to add Andrea color number 4 to the center of it. It's almost a perfect match, as you can see. Medium consistency on the paint. We don't want this to run. And just fill in that area. The brown will give it a nice muted effect. Now that we've got the baby blue finish, that was actually enamel finish, we're going to attempt to paint the Pour le Mérite. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly, but we're going to give it a shot with the gold paint. Here we go. If you notice, there is a Prussian crown, which we can do with just a drop of paint. And the print itself, what I would recommend is just dabbing it in. From the Andrea silver paint set, I'm going to use a drop of their brown ink to put a very slight wash on the gold. Give it a little contrast and the details will be able to pop out a little bit. Now a little goes a long way with this stuff. Keep that real thin. And we're going to lay that in to where the eagles are located, surrounding the blue cross.